It's yours truly, Mr. Dirty WoMack, aka Mr. Machiavelli, aka Dark Skin Jermaine, aka Mr. Jermaine Williams. I'm live. Let's go. First Amendment. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I have a Austin Heights legend. One of the greatest podcasts I'll ever be interviewed.
It's got to be real. Girl, I could write a book on how you're making me feel. I know I'll never find another good match for love you're giving to me. So this is for the lover in you. This ring.
Y'all know I had to have some music to start the intro, but without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I am here live with the one and only. Oh man, Miss Coleman. I mean, for starters, like, thank you. It is an honor, it is a blessing, and it is a pleasure to be here. I mean, the stories, just, you are a Austin Heights legend here in Plainview, Texas. You're a pillar in our community. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. What makes you say that? What makes you think that I'm a pillar or I'm a legend here in Austin Heights community?
With me, I'm close to 40. I'll be 39 August 12th. It's August 12th. Mm-hmm. And in my last 39 years, where I've been and where I was born here in Plainview, Texas, I could tell you about the elders that came from the Austin Heights community. Mm-hmm. And the people I seen, with my mom being 72, with her birthday just passing last month on the 22nd.
Mm-hmm. And I'm 71. And I'm 70. I'll be 71 this year.
And happy early birthday. And yeah, you're a pillar. Once you reach 60, the age of 60, especially as an African American in this country, you know, that at one point, you know, to live past 25 was very hard for any black person in America, especially with slavery and, you know, the Jim Crow and everything that went on during those periods. So to have especially the black man, you know, they said to make it to 25, they was already trying to call you an OG. So me standing here and being alive at 39 and knowing what I've seen, I can understand why a lot feel that way. Yeah.
It's a blessing.
So to see anyone, especially African American, make it past 60 and above, I'm all ears like Dumbo. Tell me your stories. Tell me the life. I mean, but let me start from the top. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please, may we please have your name, where you're from, how old are you, and when were you born?
My name is Carlene Coleman Willis. I'm from Decatur, Texas. Mm-hmm. And I'm 70 years old. I'll be 71 this year.
Boom. There you go, Queen.
That's right. That's right.
Your parents, can you please tell us who your parents were, as well as your siblings?
Oh, boy. Okay, here's my mom and my dad.
Yes, listen.
Benifae Coleman, Benifae Brooks Coleman, and Carl Edward Coleman.
Okay, excuse me. See, this is that black history I be talking about. Thank God. Okay.
And my siblings.
Please, you have these beautiful pictures, and I would love to, you know, take a tour. Take us on a tour.
Okay. That's Tyrone over in the corner.
Rest in heaven. Ooh, the stories I got about Tyrone.
He's the oldest, my oldest brother. And that's Dwight over in this corner. That's my second oldest brother. Okay. And there's Ronnie right there. Cheesecake.
Oh, Cheesecake.
Yeah. Which is right over me. And then here's Danny. Okay. That was right up under me. Daddy. Angelo,
Rest in heaven, Angela.
and my mother, Benny Faye.
Beautiful family, Queen. Beautiful family.
Yeah. I have plenty of grandkids.
Oh, Lord. I see. The
Plenty of
grandbabies.
Yeah.
Oh, ain't nothing like grandma's house. Ain't nothing like it.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful home, Queen. Very beautiful home. Very cozy.
Okay.
I know we were at your wall, so you know,
Mhm.
like to run us to the wall?
Well,
But I can just see it's grandbabies, just
Yeah.
covered in grandbabies.
yeah, grandbaby. That's Andre and his ex-wife.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's Pooh and Vanessa and his oldest daughter.
Mm-hmm.
His baby up there. That's
Oh.
Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's me and the love of my life.
Oh.
Will always be. Yeah. And that's Mariah and her girls.
Mm-hmm.
Nasha and Lexi.
Oh, Nasha. Oh, I haven't seen her
Okay,
since
look up
Austin
in this
Heights.
corner right there. That's Jackie, Angelo, and Andre. When they were small.
Time it was.
Yeah.
Time it was.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Just seeing old Chris. Like,
Yeah,
oof.
Chris.
I haven't seen them since Bullock and Giving Street.
Yeah. And these are grandkids. This is Georgia. That's my granddaughter. These are my two oldest granddaughters. You can see them better up here.
Oh, Miss Georgia. Shout out to Georgia.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, that's me, Jackie, and her two daughters. Kiki and Georgia.
Mm.
Mercedes, Jackie, and Mariah, the baby.
Beautiful family. Very beautiful family. Mm-hmm.
Time, Georgia. Back in the day.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. Dressed
Back
like
in the day.
Clean as the Temptations. Look like he's finna go hop on stage. You hear me?
No, they was in the party. That's the way me and you used to dress.
Yes. Zoot suits, the whole nine, head to toe.
Yeah.
Pinstripe suits.
That's Andre and his daddy up there. That's Andre and JJ.
Oh, JJ.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that mercy.
That's my mama and her daddy and her siblings. It's an old picture.
Mm.
She had all sisters, no brothers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Mm. The memories.
Memories.
Hmm.
Lots of memories.
So, Queen, when it came to your siblings,
Mm-hmm.
who do you feel you were the closest to
Growing up,
growing
I was
up?
closer to Ryan.
Closer to Ryan.
Cheesecake.
No, cheesecake.
Because I was right up under him. And I had to always, if I went out, I had to come home and Ronnie come home.
I was telling a friend earlier, Jara couldn't go nowhere unless I went with her, so that's why I grew up with everybody
That's
older
right,
than me.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Come home when
Yeah.
Ronnie come home.
Oh.
Sometimes I would, sometimes I wouldn't.
Oh. So where we're going to start at tonight would be with the younger years. What were you doing from about, if you can recall, from your first grade till about fifth grade? What were you like as a child in your pre-adolescent years?
I was very studious,
Mm.
very smart. Mm-hmm. And was just a kid, did kid things.
Mm.
Yeah.
Growing up in your time, it was so different.
Mm-hmm. We used to go walking on Sunday.
Family oriented. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
All the girls like me, Sandra Brown, Vicki Hines, Mary Goss, Bernice too, Bernice and Mary Goss, and Patsy Hope. We would go walking, on Sundays after church. After church.
To get to some things after church.
You would go walking.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. And wasn't supposed to go to the malt stand. Yeah.
What was the mall stand?
We were at the malt stand. Yeah,
What
Bill
was that?
Lowe's. Bill Lowe's, you know, he sold hamburgers, you know, and malts and pies and everything, you know. And on the back side of the malt stand was like a little juke joint, you know, with the jukebox and the pinball machines and stuff and the hardwood floors.
Oh, wow.
And that's where I learned how to cha-cha at. That's where I learned how to swing out at and everything. Po John, he dead gone. God rest his soul. He taught me how to swing out. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's where we would go and learn how to dance, you know. A nickel in the jukebox.
Ooh, have it after fun.
A nickel in the jukebox, man, you know, and you could play some songs. Yeah. And sometimes Joella, Mr. Bill Lowe's daughter, would come out and put money in the jukebox, and she'd teach us to dance. She taught us a lot of the dances.
Oh. Austin Heights, back in your time. What year were you born, Queen?
I was born in 1954, but I didn't come here until 1958. We moved to Plainview in 1958 from Decatur, Texas.
Oh.
And it was a culture shock.
Was it now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why do you say?
Because Decatur was a really small town back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I can remember we stayed in a big house. And we didn't have to go outside to use the restroom.
Mm.
But we did have to bathe in the big long tub, you know?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we get here and we're staying in a one room, like, well, it's supposed to be a living room, but Mama put a petition up to make a bedroom and the kitchen. And that was it. And you had to go down the steps to go outside to the toilet.
Yeah, outhouses in West Texas, yes.
Yeah. And we stayed in the barracks on Campbell Street.
Mm.
I remember the flood in 1960-something. It was two of them. I can remember two floods.
They had two floods here?
Yeah, down in Blacktown. Because that's deemed a flood area as of today.
Wow. That I didn't know.
Yeah, that's flooded. I mean, we were in boats and stuff, you know.
It would make sense because when it rains, the Lake of Love would fill up, and I've seen it reach all the way to the street. So yeah,
everything, you know, up until you had to go up to Brazier Street because everything else was flooded. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Austin Heights back in the 60s. Could you describe it?
Oh shoot. Those were the days, you know. We didn't have to go out of our community for nothing.
For nothing.
Sometimes we'd cross the track and go to River, you know, because he had the best bologna and summer sausage, you know, and real good hot links, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right there where that old laundry is. Rivers. Yeah.
Or up a date?
Mm-hmm. Oh. No. Off of Columbia.
Okay.
Way.
Okay.
Yeah, coming across this way. Mm-hmm.
I remember.
But I think it was a cigarette store. That green building might have been Rivers.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't want to say old white man.
Yeah, what? Oh, white man. That's what we were
And he had a bill, you know. They could, you know, you go get stuff on your mama's bill, you know, or your dad's bill or whatever, you know. If you had good credit with him, if you paid him, you know, you could go do that. But every place around there was like that.
Yeah.
We had Miss Irene. We had, and she had food and bologna and cold cuts and meats and stuff, you know. Mm-hmm. And man.
So many black businesses right here in Austin Heights.
And I can remember Mama going up to Miss Desmai's house, which stayed right next to us, behind the barracks, you know. Because it was full. Everywhere it was houses, you know. Church. I remember Campbell Street Church, Miss Campbell now. Mm-hmm. I remember Margaret Campbell and Miss Campbell, the penny candy store, where they used to go and drink Coke and stuff, you know, which eventually became a juke joint. But
JJ's became a church, so hey.
So hey. Saying, you know? Yeah, but it was full, and it was vibrant, and it was alive down there.
That it was.
It was alive. Yeah. And we didn't have to have toys. Just we made our own toys. We rode cases and find old bicycles and put. I knocked Bobby out one day.
Uh-oh.
Don't you put those what do you call rims on that bicycle? And be riding that bicycle. I put them rims on that bicycle. Bobby was crying. I put him on there with me, and it was a boy's bicycle. And going down Austin Street, right there at that stop sign, right? It's always been a hump.
I could just see him flying.
Flew up and knocked him out. I thought Mom was going to kill me, but she didn't. She didn't. She was too mad. She was too mad. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I did a lot of things. I was a tomboy.
So you was already playing rough with the brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything they could do, and I can beat Ronnie doing anything. You know, I always wanted to beat him.
Sibling rivalry. Rivalry.
Yeah. But those were the good days.
So in the 60s, that meaning you were a student at the elementary we had here.
Yeah, that little white school.
I don't know why it's slipping my mind now, but Booker T. Washington.
Yeah, but that was the high school, Booker T. Washington at first. See, we had another little school where I went to elementary. First, second, and third, I believe. Yeah. And when you got to the 6th grade, that's when you went up to Booker T. Washington. You know, but they built that building on the back part later on, and they put 4th, 5th, and 6th up there. So in the 4th grade, I went up there to Miss Campbell, but it was a little white school. It was shaped like an L. Right across from where Pat Nash is, right across, right over there. And it was swings out there, a swing, you know, out there. And it was a little white school. And Miss Terrell sold chocolate milk, and she was the meanest teacher. Everybody would tell you, Miss not going, you don't play with Miss Terrell. Oh, wow. She didn't mind whooping your butt. And I mean, she'd tear you up.
I'm happy I missed those times, because by the time I made it through school, they were not doing whoopings no more. No more paddles.
Yeah. And I never got a licking until I got into the 6th grade.
I think I came out the womb getting a spanking, but yeah.
I never got a licking until 6th grade because I missed the spelling word. Mr. Washington, he gave licks, you know, if you missed the spelling word. I never missed the word. I missed the spelling word. I don't even know what it is today because he gave me a lick, you know.
But just to remember that, though.
Yeah, But guess what? I remember better than that. What makes me remember that? We had a dog named Bullet. And everybody knew Bullet. And they knew that you didn't mess with us and you didn't come down that street. Because we'll see Bullet on you.
Yeah.
You know, and we'll tear your butt up. So I see Bullet on Mr. Washington.
Oh, Lord.
He would come in.
He gonna learn today.
Saturday. Go get his haircut. Walking down the street, all the way down almost to Henry Street to Jim Staten and Jane Ray's barbershop. On the other side was Miss Berlin beauty shop. Because we'd go get our hair done every other week. Me and my sister.
And Berlin.
Yeah. At the beauty shop. You know, we grew up going to the beauty shop.
And it was right there in Austin Heights.
Yeah, right there. And I'm telling you, we were self-sufficient down there.
Like its own little Black Wall Street within its own.
Yeah, it was, you know, our own community. We had a swimming pool, you know, all of that. It
was one at right behind Booker T. Yeah.
And that's still the community's land. I do believe, because I can remember NC and a lot of people getting together and getting the money and stuff. It's vaguely in my mind, you know, because I was small. I was probably in the 6th grade, something like that, 5th or 6th grade when all this was going on. because back during those times, women had social clubs
Mm-hmm.
and men had social clubs, you know, like the
Mhm.
Masons and the Eastern Star. My mama was the Eastern Star.
Mm.
Yeah. So I can remember all that. And then they had little clubs, you know, around town because I can remember them coming to the house and stuff, you know, and they had little club meetings and mama cooking me mountain oysters. That's when I found out what mountain oysters were. Yeah. So, and stuff like that, you know, and they'd have little card parties and they'd go on trips and stuff, you know.
Mm.
So all that was within the community, you know, within the community. Mm-hmm. And it was so many black people here. You just,
Oh my God, you just don't recognize Plainview
Yeah.
no more. Like I
Mhm.
said, I
Yeah.
went to prison in 2008, and when I left, you still had so many black people
Mhm.
here in
Yeah.
Austin Heights.
Yeah.
And when I come home in 2016, it's
Mhm.
like 75% of that population had disappeared, especially after they closed XL.
Yeah.
It's like black
Yeah.
families here in Plainview couldn't survive anymore, and
That's
it's
right.
just
Mhm.
drove everybody away,
Yeah.
taking everything.
Yep. Mhm.
So sad to see. So sad to see.
Mhm. So it has changed.
So much.
Just think, I have lived in like 3 or 4 generations. I've come from the black and white water fountains downtown at the courthouse square,
Yeah.
where you couldn't go to Woolworth because we had a Woolworth. You couldn't go in there and sit at the counter and order a hamburger and stuff like that.
Whites only, blacks only.
Yeah, and where you had to go to the down the alley to Blair, I think it was Blair Drug, and we'd have to get our medicine at the back. Couldn't go in the front. I've come from that generation to now, so I ought to be crazy. All of us,
All y'all,
we ought to be crazy. Yeah.
Very true.
But God, but God,
But God,
but God. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you really live to see whites only, blacks only, to see a black man. Well,
A president,
a person
but-
of color in the
Yeah.
office.
And then the next one gonna try to take us back to where we come from.
Which Trump?
Yeah.
We already there. I don't. Me personally, after the things I've seen in life, it never really disappeared. It just, we didn't have social media.
Yeah, and people didn't speak what was on their mind.
Very true. There's so many
But
secrets.
now they're saying exactly what they feel.
Yeah,
They're
it was so
showing.
many secrets. Like back in those times, they had diaries.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you wanted to let out your emotions or your feelings, there was no such thing as social media posts and
That's right.
the world knowing
That's
you.
right.
I mean, we didn't know
Yeah.
then more than 3,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard for you to name 5,000 people, but nowadays,
Yeah.
with all the people you know comes a lot of problems and everything else. Energy, spirits, and not all those energies and spirits are good for you.
Energy.
Energy speaks volumes.
Energy.
Yeah, I read energy. That's how I read the room. Energy.
Energy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Growing up in the 60s, how was it like? What was it like for you?
In the 60s. Okay. In the 60s, it was fun. Fun. Those were the 60s and the 70s, and part of the 80s too, were some of the fun times in my life.
Black people were thriving still.
Yeah, it's. I have a lot of memories from those times. A lot of good memories and bad memories.
True enough, that's life. Life gonna give you the good and the bad.
Yeah, I got some good memories and I got some bad memories, but the good outweigh the bad.
It's always the blessing. That's always the brighter side of life.
That's right. That's
Whenever
right.
you
The
can
good
look at
outweigh
it.
the bad. Yeah, and I ain't gonna complain because God is good. God
All the time.
is good.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
What were you like in middle school, and what was it like? We're going from about 7th grade to you almost in high school.
Okay, we were integrating that year, and I was going to Coronado.
Ooh. How was it like?
It was all right. It was. It I can't complain about Coronado because it was better than Estacada. And I was glad I was at Coronado. And I had some good times at Coronado. I had some fights. Yeah.
With some non-blacks?
Non-blacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that N-word came out a few times.
See, Kenneth Smith was back here. I think that's the year that his mother shipped him off back to Colorado to his dad or his family somewhere. But anyway, he left because he was really militant, you know. And he was, and that was the crowd that I was hanging with. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they wasn't taking it. They wasn't going for none of
They
it.
wasn't going to it. Miss Berlin said, you gotta go, boy.
You gotta go. I don't need this around here.
Yeah, you gotta go. So that kind of smooth. Got the simple down. But then I got a boyfriend. That really wasn't a boyfriend, but a boyfriend, you know?
Nope.
Yeah. But he was my friend. You know, we were kids back during those times.
Mm-hmm.
And Riley had a little, we call it the Blue Goose. And that was my boyfriend, Riley Washington. My first boyfriend. And we used to get out of school and we'd go to my house and do what I had to do at home.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would be me, Deborah Burnett, and Peggy. Riley, Michael Nails, and Richard Jordan. Sometimes Danielle would be with us, you know, because Danielle taught me a lot. You know, Danielle taught me how to walk in high heel shoes.
Oh, wow.
But anyway,
Oh, wow.
anyway, then we would go play. You know, we'd go play. And sometimes when we got out of school, he would, you know, we would all jump in the car and we'd go straight to the mall stand when the soda water truck was there because, you know, they had the crates of soda water. And we'd get us a case, you know, out the side. And whoever house we was going to, you know, to play funeral or Superman or go to the graveyard and we ride through the graveyard and stuff like that. You know, that's what we did. You know?
Yeah, I wasn't playing funeral. I'm not going to get out there and play funeral with y'all.
We played church. We played all kinds of stuff, you know?
Yes.
You know? So that's the kind of fun that I was having in the 7th grade, you know, in 8th grade.
Being a kid.
Being a kid. Yeah. But they said I was the fastest little thing in town because I could go out with Ronnie and I could go to jeans. I really wasn't supposed to do that. Mom came and got me a lot of times. She came and got me and I told her, don't tell her. Don't tell her. She come get me.
Wow.
But those were the good days, you know, in the 60s, the 70s. Those were my turbulent years, you know, my rebellious years. And if you say, yeah, even if I want to say yeah, I'm going to say no, you know.
Just be rebellious.
To my parents, to my mom and dad.
Mm-hmm. Just being rebellious.
Being rebellious.
We all go through that stage in life.
Mm-hmm. But
where we know more than our parents. Oh, Lord.
I've lived and I've learned.
Mama, you ain't got to tell me twice.
Yeah. Yep.
High school. Were you at PHS or y'all was still at Booker T?
No, I was at PHS.
How was it like at PHS for you? How was high school like for you? Did you graduate?
No.
We did something.
I got GED.
Yeah, I got my GED in prison. So yeah, keep it.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, I didn't graduate. I went as far as the 11th grade. I could have graduated, but Mama, you know, I just thought she was always against me. She really wasn't, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I know that now, but me being headstrong, you know, so I moved out. I had Jackie, and I moved out, and I quit school. And I know a lot of people a lot of the older, and then they might not. I had a girlfriend from Brenham, Texas, named Dexter. She was Chicken's wife at one time. And Julia. And she was from North Carolina.
North Carolina.
And she was Brady Pope's girlfriend. And they stayed with me, you know, and we had
whole lot of fun.
we used to do things, you know, we would man, women, you'd be amazed what we did. You know, we did a lot of robbing people. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm not proud of that, you know, but you want me to be straight up. And, you know, they would go out, you know, each one because, you know, I'm the one that had children. And they would go out and, you know, they might bring the True Value Hardware. Anybody that had money sack, the insurance man, you know. God, why am I telling y'all?
Now you'd be surprised. The story last week, I had a friend on there talking about, you know, the murder he had caught that sent him to prison. So yeah.
Yeah, I ain't caught no murder. But man, you know, those were the days. You know, we did a lot of things. We did a lot of foolish things. We did a lot of crazy things. But anything that come to our mind, you know, God was with us, man.
That's all I can tell you. God was with me. Oh Lord.
He was with us. Yeah, but I did a lot of things, you know, during that period of time, you know. Things that I really didn't have to do. But me being, I can do what I want to do, you know.
Image, reputation, personality, it all just mix in and just It's
So
like they said, you
that
got
was
an
an
angel and a demon.
experience.
Yes.
Yeah, and I learned from it. Yeah, a lot of things I learned from it.
In the 70s, what was life like in the 70s? Music.
Really taking me there. You taking me there. In the 70s, I was living in Fort Worth, Texas.
That's my second home, so oh Lord.
Yeah.
I'm a Como
that's why I never thought that I would ever live in Plainview again. Because after I left here, when I left here, I was staying up on Austin Street in that pink house that they tore down. Right next, Aunt Ann was on this side, and Miss Dolly was on this side. Yeah, and I left here and went forward, and I stayed there forever, for a long time, and went to prison. Come back from prison.
Living in Fort Worth with the prison. Yeah.
And
that's where I caught my first charge at 14.
Well, that's not my first charge, but you know.
Yeah, I got you. I'm following you.
Yeah, but you know, yeah, but yeah, in that period of time, that's what happened, and like 5 years of my life was taken away from me, from my children and stuff, you know. So I come back home and did it again, but I didn't do it. That's me being
loyal to the wrong circle.
right.
Oof, you ain't gotta tell me.
Yeah.
Loyal to the wrong circle.
Yeah. So I spend more time on something that I didn't do than on something that I did do. But God let me know that's not why I was there. You know, that's when I really had a spiritual awakening.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
I had mine there.
Yeah.
Like I tell people, I'm thankful I went to the penitentiary because I never would have learned.
Me either. He had to get my attention, man.
That's the only way you was going to get mine.
He had to get my attention. And that was the only way he was going to get setting me down. And after 5, I thought, oh, I know I'm good. He said, you ain't ready yet. Because you need to write the vision on the wall. And then you need to run toward it. Yeah.
Finding yourself.
Yeah.
The 80s. How was it like in Plainview?
In the 80s?
Oh my goodness.
Was I here in the 80s? Yeah. Yeah.
Drugs. flooded all black communities in America, especially with who we have in office. Ronald Reagan and his wife is the two biggest drug dealers to ever live in history. If people would just look at it, the facts are there.
Oh yeah.
You flooded every black community in America
with drugs.
With drugs,
Heroin and cocaine.
Then y'all in a laboratory inventing crack cocaine.
Yeah.
And y'all affected
I could tell you some things about that. Because see, during that time, my brother was dealing heroin, Carlene. And he worked for a Jew here in this town. Matter of fact, he owned the Lincoln. And I'm not gonna even say that. But he worked for a Jew in this town. And this man had a black Cadillac. Real pretty black shiny Cadillac. I don't even know what model it was, but I seen it out. It was kind of long, you know. But anyway, he had panels in that car that would come off and stuff. And he would go to Juarez, and he would come back with mud brick heroin.
Wow.
I mean, like in the. I've seen them. Because I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I saw a lot. But, and, you know, this was in Plainview. This was in the 80s. Yeah. So, I can tell you some stories, but I'm not going to tell the world.
Yeah, we'll say, it's a lot of we'll say.
But anyway, he always told me, and that's why I love my brother so much. He always told me what was right. He always told me, don't do this, you know. You know, don't let me catch you doing this, you know. Oh, you can smoke weed all you want to.
But anything else after that,
this.
no.
You know, because that's doing the preludes and the heroin and the cocaine and they call them giggies, preludes. And the teas and blues, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And
primos, things of that nature.
And Christmas trees and wreaths with $7 and $12. Yeah. And that big 714. That's what it was. Yeah. That's what was going around. And I mean, it was everywhere. And that's during the time when I was always in Amarillo. I used to go to Amarillo a lot. Matter of fact, me and Louise moved to Amarillo.
Shout out to Louise.
Back during that time. Yeah.
Oh, Miss Louise. Yes.
Yep.
There was a lot going on in the 80s.
Yes.
Especially here.
And the acid. Well, I had a boyfriend in Fort Worth for years. We lived down on Avenue 8. And he worked for the mayor. He worked for the mayor. He worked for the CAA, Community Action Agency. And he was an ex-employee of petrochemicals. Very, very smart. He taught me a lot about Timothy Leary and all that kind of stuff, you know. And, you know, I mean, because I've always been attracted to the mind, you know, and intelligent people. You know, I like intelligent people. But anyway, he was too smart for his own good.
Most men get like that.
He was too smart for his own good, but, you know, the first day I got to Fort Worth, I met him. That weekend we was in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, wow.
Atlanta, Georgia, you know.
Time moved fast.
Yeah, but he was my friend, you know. You have to be my friend before you can be anything.
I heard
you
that.
know, you got to be my friend. And he was my friend, you know, we was partners. Yeah. Or his name was Orion Blake.
Woo, Mr. Oreo.
Oreo
Mr. Flake.
Yeah.
Now, the 90s. Ooh. We survived the 80s.
Okay.
You know, crack was invented and, you know, the 90s came. So you got to let the experiment run and take its course.
The 90s. 1991 to be exact. I was staying in the Central apartment.
I was 5.
He's 5.
I was 5 in 91.
I was 40 something. Yeah. But anyway, I was staying in the Central apartment and I was with Eddie Dean Darrell.
Shout out to Eddie Dean.
Shout out to Eddie Dean. God
Lord,
bless you, boy.
Rest in heaven, Eddie Dean. Ooh, I ain't heard that name called in a while. Eddie Dean.
Yeah. Eddie is really basically, he's a good man, but he just ain't got no direction. He ain't got no direction, you know? He got no direction. He don't know how to do a happy medium. You know, he always goes to the extreme. He don't know how to have no happy medium. But anyway, I was with him and he had opened up this club up in Amarillo out in Hamilton. And he would go up there on the weekends and stuff, you know. And I was at home. And Cecil would come down, which is his nephew. And he would come down because he's had a girlfriend here. And he would always come to my house and, you know, leave his luggage, you know, and stuff. And because he would come and he would shower and change and, you know, go about his business. So this particular night, the police busted in the house.
Uh-oh.
I mean, with the thing, just busted in my house, you know. And I'm not knowing that I had just laid down. And, you know, because everybody in their room. Anyway, they found some dope. They found a lot of dope in his duffel bag, which was in Pooh's room. He had an improved closet in his room, you know. They searched and they searched and they searched and they found. I said, if there's anything, I said, you're going to find some weed. I said, because I smoke weed. And I bought my tray out and showed them my weed, you know. No, that ain't what we're looking for. So they searched and they searched and they searched and they found it in an improved closet. And took out that big duffel bag. And in it was about a key, you know, quarter. No, it was a key of powder. And then he had like some blocks, a lot of them. I don't know how many they said that was, you know. And but by the grace of God, let me tell you what's so good about it. Okay, yeah, they locked me up. No, he didn't take the blame. They knew that wasn't none of mine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people knew that wasn't none of mine.
Just wanted you to talk.
But anyway, I said, hey, okay, so you ain't gonna say nothing. Okay. Okay. I told you. I said, this is Cecil Castle's stuff. I said, he comes down on the weekend and he stays, you know, he leaves his stuff and, you know, I just told them, you know, the whole deal. And they didn't care. So I get a lawyer out of Lubbock. His name was Kerry Piper.
I remember Kerry Piper.
Okay, so he comes over here and he's representing me. And he had filed a lot of motions, you know, where he couldn't bring up certain things, you know. You know, the first thing, after they picked the jury trial, because you ain't gonna just give me no anything.
I heard that.
I said, so the first thing Terry McKeechin say was something that he wasn't supposed to say. Because they say I was some cooker for some big organization, you know, here in Plainview and this and that and the other, you know.
Then he get caught with some cocaine.
Yeah.
That's the next story.
Yeah. But anyway, so Kerry jumped up and he said, no, may I approach the bench? So they went and talked, you know. And then Kerry come back and he said, Carlene, he said, that's the least you would talk. You know, I know that I'm on a 15-year probation, you know, a parole. I said, so I'll take 15 or under, and they came back and they gave me 15 years. You know how many years I did on that 15? 8.
Wow.
8. Because they said it was in a zone.
School zone.
No, playground.
Ah, that's just as
Yeah. So after that 5 years, you can't come up. You can't even come up until 5 years.
Yep.
So after that 5 years, I come up and they gave me a 7.
Sounds about Texas.
But let me tell you about God. I went straight down there and went to the trustee camp. I was command clerk. I processed people in, I processed people out. I made all the rosters and had full run of the compound. Could go in and out of any building at any time. The food service boss, the inside-outside boss, and any other boss depended on me. Yeah, and the lieutenant did too before it was over with. Yeah, God. Only thing, I was free, but I wasn't free, Yeah, because they bought me all kinds of stuff. When I come home, my hair was so long and pretty. Yeah. They bought me all kinds. I could eat what I wanted, especially on the weekend when Sergeant Carol was there. Yeah. But that was my best friend. I didn't have no inmate as my best friend. Sergeant Carol was my best friend. I could use the phone when I got ready. All of that.
Changes everything when you die.
Yeah. So that was the favor of God. So the chaplain used to walk in and out, He looked like Lurch, I said, I'm not going to no church with no child molesting looking man,
I heard that for real.
And he became my first really teacher of the Bible. I mean, they taught me how verses and stuff, but he taught me meanings and theology, and I mean real theology. Yeah, his name was Chaplain Barthoff. And he was always inviting me to church. And one day I went. And he got me to get into his experiencing God class. And I did. Guess what? I organized a choir on the trustee camp where we went to Coleman and everywhere. They had never did nothing like that before.
Oh, wow.
Hope Literacy come in there, and I was over the whole literacy program where we was teaching people that didn't know how to read, how to read and stuff like that, One day I looked up and I processed my daughter in.
Oh.
Yeah. She come in with a headphones on and a little radio and stuff, and all the kinds
Lord
of
have mercy.
I said, you're going to have to hide that. I think you're going to have to put it up if you want to. I said, I said, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah. So, how long she stayed? 1 month.
That's good. That's good.
She went home doing lockdown. But Sergeant Carol let me out to be up there with her when she got ready to go. She went home doing lockdown. Yeah, she stayed 1 month. Yeah. I've seen a lot of them come in there and go. I mean, a lot of them.
I've been in the county before while my mom was on the female side. So, yeah, it's one of them feelings like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Prison life.
Mm-hmm.
I know that it changed you for the better. I mean,
Yeah.
Look around and tell that it showed.
It changed me for the better. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. And those are true facts.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
You did great, Queen. Big facts. Look amazing. You did great.
Mm-hmm.
90s, I know that it's rough. I'm just saying, in the 90s.
In the 90s. That's what I'm saying. From 91.
You got your 5-year sentence.
92. 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98.
Come home in 98.
99.
You go in the 90s.
Yeah.
It was a lot that I seen growing up here in Austin Heights in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I jump off the porch, I say about 98, 99.
Yeah.
But I just really but I had always seen it. Like I said, I step outside at Granny house and I'm seeing your brother Tyrone.
Yeah.
Right there next to Florida Maze.
That's what I'm saying.
So
That's what I'm saying.
I grew up looking at this.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a difference in what I see him in that old Lincoln he used to have.
Mm-hmm.
The way he handled females, the way he talked, the way he dressed.
Yeah, I could tell you some stories.
Ooh.
Because he taught me then, he would show me things and he'd tell me don't never do this. He didn't tell me what to do, but he showed me what not to do.
Right.
You know, and he would tell me don't, you know, so that act like a lady and think like a man. I've been doing that a long time.
A long time. Should have wrote your own book.
Yeah. Yeah. Steve Harvey.
Facts. Should have wrote your own book.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So when you're coming home, reintegrating back into society, and you see in plain view now, and this is 2000, the millennium.
Well, it was different. It was different. But I knew a lot of things because I worked with computers and things when I was there, you know. Man, I sold dates.
You hear me?
You know.
I worked in the kitchen, so yeah.
You want to know?
You hear me?
Yeah, you can know. But anyway, so I knew a lot, you know, about that kind of stuff, you know, but it was hard. I worked at Excel. Got a roller cuff. They didn't want me to go to my doctor because I had signed some paper telling me I'd let them take care of me. And then they want to put a pad, a heat pad, an ice pad, and then send you back out there to do light duty. But you ain't doing no light duty. You working, you know. And I couldn't do it because my shoulder was keeping me up all night long. So I went to my doctor and got a shot in my shoulder, you know. And so they fired me. So I went to work at Dick's Cleaners. And worked at Dick's Cleaners for a lot of years. A lot of years I worked at Dick's Cleaners. Until I got sick of Chad and I wanted to get nobody no raise. And then Robert Lynn harassing me. But he's my friend, but he did harass me.
Shout out to
him. Yeah. And then I got to thinking, you know, I had asked God for this. You know, I said I need a permanent income. So I had already started working on my disability. So I started working at Deep Clean. It was a cleaning service. And it got for people that I would go clean their houses. Didn't want nobody to come back but me. You know, they wanted me to come clean their house. So they got slick and told me that I didn't have to clean houses no more. They wanted me to be in like, what you call it? Advertisement. I would go around to the doors and drop off flyers, you know. And if somebody was there, I would tell them about the, you know, the service and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, they didn't even keep up with my house or nothing, you know, in my days. You know, I just rode all day, you know. I did a lot of that, you know, but I did a lot of other things too, you know. But, you know, when I kept my own hours, and then they went out of business, you know. The little lady, something happened to her. And I don't know what happened to the Smith boys, but they were, I think they were something with the rape like stuff. But anyway, their mom used to own that Castle Ago. Yeah, but they went out of business. So people started calling me from where I had worked for them through them. And that's how I started the little cleaning service business. Yeah.
Miss Independent Woman.
Yeah. And I did that for years and years and years. It's some people have, like, I just stopped doing the Jennings house, Pastor and Marilyn Jennings, maybe a year or so ago. I know I worked for them over 15 years, you know. And then it's other people, you know, like a lot of people. Like, but it was very lucrative.
That it is. I've done some home health aid, private home health aid with certain individuals and things of that nature.
That's what I'm doing now. I'm doing the private health care now. Yeah, I'll probably work until the day I die.
It's a lot of women that are like that nowadays, I see.
Yeah.
But the government makes it, if you're not secure in your finances, the government is going to make sure that it's going to be real hard for you to, advance unless you really got a good job. Yeah. Got to get you a good job out of here.
And you got to save.
That you do. Got to be smart with money.
Got to save.
As far as your 2000s, we're in the 2000s.
2000. That's when I was staying over there on 11th Street. And the love of my life came back into my life. You know what? I had, me and Barry had been seeing each other way years before this time right here. He was 17, and I think I was 21. And he was going into being his senior. And after he graduated from school, he went to the service, So when he come back, I was married and had a whole bunch of kids,
Life went on.
My 3 oldest kids. And he said, I told him I'm married now, so that cut it off, Okay, and then when I wasn't married no more, and I went to Fort Worth that first time, and he come to Mom's house on 4th Street. And
come to get his woman.
No, he was married.
Oh wow! It be like that sometimes.
Yeah. He was married, so
it be like that sometimes.
I was with Orion during that time anyway, But he was married, but he said he just wanted to see me and stuff, and but I think it was meant. I think all the time his last years, I think were meant to be spent with me. Yeah.
Can't get that back. Priceless.
Yeah. And so I don't have no regrets.
None. I heard that.
None. You see those flowers down the hall?
Yes, ma'am.
You see, they've been there since 2016. Those were the last roses that he sent me.
Wow. Beautiful.
And I kept them. And they stayed in that shadow box right there. And the card with them and everything. It's right there.
That's unconditional love, and it's priceless. And it's very hard to find nowadays.
Yeah.
So how many kids do you have total?
A total of 6. I have 1 deceased. Yeah.
Angelo. And like I said, I had no idea you were Angelo's mother.
You did. Well, who did you think Angelo's mother was?
Well, see, I've always heard these stories from Chubb. Him and Chubb were close growing up. And so,
him and Chubb and Nathan.
And see, me and Fish have a 17-year difference between us. So, I sure wasn't running around with Fish. They was running me off the block when I was young.
Yeah, that's like Andre and Pooh. It's 15 years difference between them.
And see, Pooh, you say Pooh all day. I know Pooh. I'm like, that's Pooh's mama. But when you go past that, you got me even with your oldest Jackie. I didn't know Jackie was your daughter. But see, like I say, I'm growing up with Pooh and Nosh and them. So I'm thinking, not knowing, okay, they cousins. And that's when I decided.
No, they're cousins. Yeah.
And I went to deciphering that. And I'm like, okay, well, Pooh, time out, this your mama. And then later on in life, but growing up, I didn't know no better. Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah.
6 babies. Yeah. After baby 1, I was done. I play stepdaddy, but no, I'm scared to have any more.
I know it.
In this crazy world, it's a different world. Plus, I know my baby would not grow up in a black society, a black culture.
That's right. Because
there's no black people here for even my child to grow up with, to say she grew up with niggas. Sorry, excuse me, French, but she didn't grow up with the blacks. There's no community of black people here.
Not anymore.
It's not.
No,
It's
not.
you. We're in a town with less than 300 black people, if that. And I'm talking maybe Wayland is where you gonna see majority of the black people.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Austin Heights community go,
It's becoming a lot of Hispanics are moving down there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've never seen like having a white guy. You turn Bridge, you be like, you got a white guy and his family on the corner. So you know,
you know how did that happen? That's what I don't understand.
Times have changed. That's why I say when I came home, I shed real life tears when I came down 16 and I turned into the hood. Then I'm looking at the working man's and it was somewhat okay, but as I keep going and I hear, what is that, Walter Jackson? Yep. I turned down Walter Jackson and you could just see the fields.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like barren land.
Charles
and nobody's
Nails.
building on it. Nobody's buying nothing.
No way P. Vine's house should be the back taxes between like 19 to 21,000 just for the back taxes on the house.
No.
And then you have to pay that, then remodel it. And you got to spend almost 90 grand just to remodel it from the front to the back and the roof.
You know what? It's a basement in there, a finished basement down there that's so bad.
I remember.
It's a
I've been in there
basement down
once.
there, man, that's cold-blooded. And that's the best part of that house, that basement. And it's big. You know, it's big.
After all this
and
time, I can only imagine.
It's rooms.
I can only imagine what's down there now.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Lord have mercy.
I can only imagine. That's when Miss Cookie used to hide all this liquor.
Yeah, I've been down there a few times. See it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, P. Vine. Just, oof.
Oh, P. Vine.
Man, just Lord have mercy. Even with some stories at OG. Like I say, I come home and these places are boarded up. Charles Nails gone and just seeing, you know, the Blue House and, you know, things of that nature. All that's being wiped out.
Everything has been torn down. And they didn't give it. You know, you don't even know what's going on in this town. You know, how do you get the news when the newspaper don't, you know, I think it comes twice a week, maybe, and Sunday paper. You know, how do you know when things are up for sale or they're having an auction?
They want you to get on the internet.
Do we have a radio station here anymore?
KKYN. I'm not sure if they still broadcast that or not. That's a good question.
I don't think we have a radio.
If not, I need to start me one.
I'm trying to tell you, we don't have a radio station here. Because I tried to get it on the radio. You know, it was raining and everything. I was trying to get Plainview.
Yeah,
you know,
trying to check the weather.
I couldn't find Plainview. Nowhere. You know, KKYN or none of that. So I don't know if we have a radio station or not.
That's a good question. I will do some research and I'll find out for the both of us.
We need one.
Now, in today's world, with everything that's going on, what is your outlook, Queen?
My outlook is...
Because 7 decades.
To continue to keep God as the center of my life. And everything else will be all right.
Heard that.
Everything else will be all right. That's all I have to do, you know, is keep focused, you know, and keep running toward that vision.
I'm proud of you. And I'm thankful once again just to have you on the First Amendment podcast because like I say, you're a pillar in my community, in our community, especially through that eyes.
I'm getting old, man.
And that is a blessing.
Yeah, it's a blessing, but golly, when I was your age, I thought 70 was the oldest thing in the book. I'm 70 years old.
That's young.
Man, I have lived to be 70 years old.
Don't feel like
a lot
it.
of people didn't.
I know.
And no, it don't feel. Some days it don't feel like it. And some days it do.
Some days are better than others.
It do.
Yeah. So our future plans, you planning on doing any traveling?
Yeah. I want to go to New Orleans.
I like how you said that, New
I
Orleans.
want to go to New Orleans. I've been to Memphis, Tennessee.
I loved it in Memphis. I loved it in
down
Memphis.
Bourbon Street, and I went to the Underground Railroad.
I've been there.
I went down there. Did you go down there?
Well, it depends on where you went. Because I went while I was in Virginia.
Oh, I was in Memphis, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went down. Oh man, and you could feel it. Virgin started crying, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and you could feel it, you know. That's what our people had to go through, you know. And then they would run across to the river, you know, across that river.
Yeah,
you know?
across that crossing that river made me feel eerie. Then I went to the place where Dr. King was assassinated.
Me too, the Lorraine.
Yeah, I went to the Lorraine and I walked inside the room
I
went on a little tour, and it's one of them feelings like you can just feel the racism there. You can feel like he's lingering.
And then you see his car still sitting there.
Yeah, I took pictures of all of that.
I got pictures of that too. Yeah. I had fun. I did that about a year or so ago. About a year last year, did we do that? I think it was. Me and Virgil went on a 2-week excursion.
Oh, I know you enjoyed it.
Yeah, we had so much fun, and she drove all the time. She's driving. She can drive. That's my friend. That's my best friend. Virgil Williams. That's right. Virgil Williams. That's my best friend.
And I love that you're still traveling and enjoying life.
Yeah.
Like I say, life is over when you make it up in your mind that it's over.
Now, when you stop moving it, you'll lose it.
Yeah.
You got to stay active. That's why I say I'll probably work until the day I die.
Just to be active. Yeah, my mother, when she was living in New York, she stayed walking them stairs, and I mean, that's just oof.
Yeah.
Now she got Tina Turner legs for life. Tina Turner legs for life.
Yeah.
And with that being said, Queen, it's been a blessing to have you on the First Amendment podcast.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And I mean, like I say, mine just gone, and I'm just thankful to have a pioneer. Because like I said, I want to be able to have the older generation. And before I do go, could you please give the younger generation of females today, because there's a lot of black women who are lost, that could use some wisdom?
I'll tell you what I would tell my, it takes longer for some people to kind of grow up. I'll tell you what I would tell my 44-year-old self. See? Because I didn't really grow up until I was 44 years old.
That's what I understand.
Stop worrying about what other people think. Set your goal and focus up on what's going to help you to get to that goal, and stay the course. That's all you have to do. Just stay the course. Put God in your life. He'll direct your path. All you have to do is ask him.
That's it.
That's it.
Nah, the door shall be answered.
That's right.
Seek, you shall find.
That's right.
I'm a firm believer.
And what they don't understand is the answers are all right inside of you.
Get somewhere, get along,
They're
talk
all
to God.
right inside of you. And if you just take some time, be alone. I love being alone.
What?
You know what we do?
My favorite
Do you
pastime.
get lonely in this house? Hey, no, I don't.
At all.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Get to see the world from a different lens when you're alone.
Yeah.
That you do.
Yeah. You have to believe I do. And a lot of people don't believe in this, but I am a true believer. And I have to recharge. I have to recharge, and I have to be by myself, And I like being alone in my house by myself.
You hear me?
I like that, and I miss that, but I'm finna have it again, I'm finna get it back. Yeah.
Back.
Yeah.
Once again, it's been a blessing to have you on the First Amendment podcast. Thank you for coming on as my guest.
My pleasure. My pleasure, Jermaine. My pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all have been tuned into the First Amendment podcast. And I've been with the one and only Miss Coleman. Like I say, an Austin Heights pillar. It's been a blessing having this beautiful black queen on as my guest, giving us her life story, things, a history. And I love being able to record these histories while we have an opportunity to. So yes, I'll be reaching out to the older generation before me, as well as the younger, even those my age. Until then, y'all have a safe, blessed, amazing weekend. Stay positive, stay productive, stay safe. Keep God first. Prayers go with everyone. Latest.